today, sir. I am Daisy and Luberanes, together with my co-members. I am Rachela Cesariano.
I am Krisha F. Calago.
I am Jory Nogin.
I am Ronel Little.
And for today's video, we will make the activity entitled Polygraph Under Pressure Analyzing Accuracy Factors. And the case that we choose is case number 1, a nervous suspect with a high heart rate falsely appears deceptive. So first, the factors affecting polygraph accuracy. The case of a nervous suspect with a high heart rate falsely appearing deceptive highlights the complex interplay of factors that can influence polygraph accuracy. So first, the physiological factors. Individual variability. People have different physiological responses to stress, anxiety, and even simple questions. A naturally high heart rate, for instance, could be misinterpreted as deception. Medical conditions. Conditions like high blood pressure, asthma, or even medications can affect physiological readings, leading to false positives.
Second, psychological factors. Anxiety and stress. The test itself is inherently stressful, even for innocent individuals. This can trigger psychological responses that are mistaken for deception. Next is overthinking. Dwelling on question, even when truthful, can trigger heightened reaction. Next is personality traits. Introverts, for examples, may experience for anxiety and social situation, potentially affecting their readings.
So next is the third factor's competence. Examiner competence. Bias and interpretation. Examiners may unconsciousness influence the result based on their preconceived notion or basis. Misinterpreting psychological data can lead to inaccurate conclusion. Training and experience. Inadequate training or lack of experience can lead to misinterpretations and errors in judgment. The fourth factors is the environmental factors. Testing environment. A distracting or uncomfortable environment can increase anxiety and affect readings. Equipment calibration. Improperly calibrated or maintained equipment can lead to inaccurate readings.
Solution to improve reliability. First, pre-test screening. Conducting a thorough medical and psychological evaluation before the test can help identify potential factors that could affect readings. Second, standardized procedure. Develop and implement standardized protocols for administering polygraph tests to minimize variability and ensure consistency.
Next, advanced training. Provide examiner with comprehensive training in polygraph techniques, psychological response, and psychological factor that can influence results. Next, ethical guidelines. Establish strict ethical guidelines for examiner to minimize bias and ensure objectivity in interpreting data.
Next, technology advancement. Invest in research and development of more sophisticated polygraph technologies that can better isolate and interpret psychological responses. Second, alternative methods. Explore and research alternative detection methods such as fMRI or to provide a more comprehensive and reliable assessment.
By addressing these factors and implementing appropriate solutions, we can improve the reliability of polygraph testing and minimize the risk of false positives or negatives. Remember, polygraph testing should be used as one tool within a broader investigative approach, not as a sole determinant of truthfulness.
Case findings of nervous suspect false deception. This case highlights the critical limitation of relying solely on psychological indicators such as heart rate to assist deception, while the high heart rate might suggest nervousness or stress. It's not a reliable indicator of guilt. Our suspect, exhibiting a high heart rate, was ultimately found to be innocent. This underscores the importance of holistic approach to investigation.
Lesson learned. Physiological data is insufficient. Heart rate, blood pressure, and other physiological measurements are influenced by numerous factors beyond deception. Anxiety, fear, illness, and even caffeine consumption can significantly affect these beliefs. Relying on them in isolation leads to inaccurate conclusions.
Next is context is paramount. Investigative interviews must consider the totality of circumstances, the suspect demeanor, verbal and non-verbal cues, and the overall context of the situation need to be carefully analyzed alongside any psychological data. In this case, a deeper investigation will leave inconsistencies in witness statement that ultimately exonerated the suspect.
Multiple investigative methods are essential. A comprehensive investigation should be employed a range of techniques, including witnesses, interviews, forensic analysis, and background checks. Over-reliance on a single method, especially one as possible as psychological deception detection, increases the risk of misinterpretations.
Training and expertise are crucial. Investigators must receive true training in the location of psychological indicators and how to interpret them, currently within a broader investigative context. Proper training emphasizes the importance of avoiding confirmation bias and seeking corroborating evidence.
The next is ethical consideration. The use of psychological data in investigation raises ethical concerns. The potential for misinterpretation and false positives can lead to wrongful accusation and conviction. Therefore, ethical guidelines and rigorous standards must be maintained throughout the investigative process.
This case serves as a stark reminder that a high heart rate alone does not equate to deception. Future investigation must prioritize a more nuanced and comprehensive approach, integrating multiple investigative methods and critically evaluating all available evidence before reaching conclusions. The potential for misjudgment based on incomplete or misinterpreted data is significant, and a careful consideration of this lesson is crucial to ensuring justice.
So that's all the findings and lesson learned. That the case that we choose is case number 1, a nervous suspect with a high rate falsely appears deceptive. So that's all.
Thank you!